Good morning, students. Welcome all those students who have opted for commerce. Please don't panic or get tension. It is not a very difficult subject. If you follow and understand and follow what I am teaching, reading the books regularly, doing your work, you'll find it very interesting, and there are lot of scope for this field. So wish you all the best. Some of you may become an accountant, some may become a good manager, some may want to do many other things that you have in your life. You have thought about it. I had discussed about few chapters earlier in the month of May. I'll revise again and make you understand that some basic terms which are used in accounting before we prepare or practice books of accounts. The first chapter is evolution of accounting and basic accounting terms. These terms are often used while preparing books of accounts. Now I wish to ask you, all of you must be getting pocket money. I am sure none of you must be keeping a record of your expenses or daily expenses or expenses during the month, so that you know how much you are left with at the end of each month. Is it? Does anybody maintain a record? Like you spent on your traveling, your canteen, wherever you want to spend, you spend on mobile, charging mobile, you're spending. But do you keep a record of this? I'm sure you don't keep a record of this. But a businessman has to keep a record of each purchase or sale he makes every day. He cannot remember that what transaction had taken place 2 days back, 3 days back, 1 week back, 1 month back. So for that, books of accounts are maintained to record them, so that you can refer to that particular date and know what transaction had taken place on a particular with whom. Before that, I want to discuss with you the basic terms which are used. The new book looks like this. You must have purchased already. If you have old book, no problem. You can always find out what is new edition. You can get it photocopied from your friends. On page 1.2, basic accounting terms are given. The first term is given as business transaction. In commerce, already I have told you that business means repeated transactions of purchase and sale of goods, which goes on and on for many days, months, years. It is not just one transaction or two transactions which is called a business. It should go on for many times, in a day, in a month, or in a year. These transactions, that is when goods are purchased and in return you get the money, it is valued in terms of money, expended in terms of money, is called business transaction. Sold goods to Mohan, paid rent, these are all business transactions. They have to be recorded. Then we have the second term called event. An event is the consequence or result of a transaction. For example, that you have invested money into a business. With that money, you have purchased some assets like land, building, plant, machinery. With that money, you have purchased goods. These are called an event, which ultimately converts into money. Then we have voucher. Voucher is a written document. It is a proof that a particular transaction has been taken. Whether it is a purchase or whether it is a sale, it helps in keeping a record of these transactions in the books of accounts. Then capital. Capital is the money which is invested by the owner or proprietor of the business. With this capital, you purchase goods. With this capital, you purchase land, building, plant, machinery to start the business. Then we have assets. All those things which belong to the business are permanent in nature, which remain the business for a very very long time, like land, building, plant, machinery, furniture, cash in hand, cash at bank, debtors, they are called assets. There are not two categories, but more than two categories or types of assets. They will be divided as non-current assets or fixed assets. That is, they remain permanently for many years, such as land, building, plant, machinery, computer, motor vehicles, car used in the business, scooter used in the business, furniture. They remain permanently for many years. They are not to be sold off quickly. They are called non-current or fixed assets. Then we have under fixed assets or non-current assets, there are two categories, tangible and intangible. Tangible are those assets which you can see and feel, like land, building, plant, machinery, motor vehicles. They are tangible in nature. While there are some assets which are intangible, which you cannot see, you cannot feel, but you express them in terms of money, like goodwill, patents, copyrights, trademarks. Now what is goodwill? Goodwill is the money earned from the name, fame, reputation it has earned over the years from the business. Patents, it is a license, the right to produce a particular product by the government, especially in the case of medicines, defense, where it is in the hands of the government department. No other person can produce these goods. Copyright, it is a right given by the author to the publisher to publish the books, and in return the publisher pays royalty for earning profits from the business. Trademarks, it is a sign, symbol with which you distinguish two products of the different brands. Then you have current assets. First we had non-current assets in the type of asset. The other is current assets. These assets are those assets which can be converted into cash within a year, like debtors, bill receivable, stock. Cash is already in the form of cash, you don't have to convert it. Cash at bank, when the businessman opens an account in the bank, he opens a current account. Current account is usually opened by a businessman, not by ordinary people like you and me. We open savings bank account. But if your father or your mother or somebody in your house is a businessman, he or she will be opening a current account in the bank. So they have balance in the bank of their business called cash at bank. Then the next term is liquid assets. These are types of asset. Liquid assets are those assets which are already in the form of cash or can be converted into cash within a short period of 1 month, 2 months or maximum 3 months. We have bill receivable, debtors, short-term investments which are made for a period of 3 months maximum. They can be converted into cash quickly. Then wasting assets are those assets which are used, consumed, exhausted or dug out from the mines or from the earth, precious metals, stones or coal. These are extracted, or oil even extracted from beneath the earth. When they are exhausted, completely dug out, no material is left for consumption, it is called wasting assets. Then fictitious or nominal assets are those assets which cannot be sold and realized cash. For example, losses to the business, that is when the PL account shows a debit balance, it means losses. It cannot be sold and you realize money. Or advertisement expenses which are incurred in the current year but are not spent fully. So the remaining balance is carried forward. It is known as fictitious or nominal assets. Then the next term in the basic term is liability or liabilities. When the business owes money either to the proprietor or to the outsiders, it is called a liability. Liabilities are of two types, internal and external. Internal, all amount which a business entity has to pay to the proprietor or owner, that is capital. Now the business and the owner are two separate entity existence. Whatever money he is spending or using for the business will be recorded. Whatever money he is spending or using for his personal use in his house will not be recorded in the book business account. So that is why it is separated. His personal expenses, his personal income is not to be recorded in the books of accounts. But anything that relates to business will be recorded in the books of accounts of the business. That is why we say business and the owner are two separate legal entities. External liabilities, money that you owe to outsiders except to the proprietor. Capital, like creditors, bank overdraft, bills payable, outstanding expenses, loans. Then you have liabilities may be classified into long-term or non-current liabilities or fixed liabilities. That means they remain fixed. The liability that you have to pay after many years, like long-term loans, long-term borrowings from the bank or from financial institution. You may have to repay after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. It's called long-term liabilities. Then current liabilities. These are those liabilities, those money which you have to pay out to outsiders after 1 year or within a year. For example, bank overdraft. Bank overdraft means when you have overdrawn money from the bank against your current account, which is like a loan or short-term loan which you have to pay back to the banker within 1 year. Bills payable, creditors, outstanding expenses and short-term loans. Outstanding expenses means expenses which you have to pay in the current year but you pay in the next year, such as salary, rent, wages, interest on bank loan, which were due to be paid in the current year but you will pay in the next accounting year. Then contingent liabilities are those liabilities which are not actual liabilities but may occur, may take place due to some reasons, due to some happening in the business, such as any person has given a guarantee to the business, and if the business is unable to pay any interest or not able to pay many installments in many years, then the guarantor has to bear that expense. It becomes a liability, a contingent liability, will be turned into actual liability. Then treatment and final accounts. This I will discuss with you in detail later on, but there are some more terms like debtors. Debtors are persons to whom you have sold goods on credit and they will pay the money in near future. They are called debtors. Then you have creditors. These are people from whom you have purchased goods on credit. They are also known as suppliers. So you have to pay them in the coming month, in the coming time of period, within a short period or 1 year maximum. They are called creditors. Purchase relates to goods in which the business deals. But if you are not a furniture trader but ordinary general merchant and you are purchasing furniture, that furniture is not treated as goods, it will be treated as an asset, because that furniture will not be sold away, it will be used in the business. but you will purchase goods which are meant for resale. They are known as purchase. Then sales, goods which are purchased for the purpose of selling them to the customers. Customers are also known as debtors. Debtors are people to whom goods are sold on credit. They are also known as customers. Then goods include all those things which are purchased for resale or which are used for producing the finished goods, which may be in the form of raw materials, work in progress or semi-finished goods. Then stock or stock in trade. The term stock includes the value of those goods which are purchased for reselling, which are lying unsold at the end of the accounting year. You may be purchasing furniture, if you are dealing in furniture business, you may be purchasing furniture, ready-made furniture, and then selling them. Till they are lying in your godown, they are not sold, it is called stock. But there is one more term used in place of stock called inventory. In case of a manufacturer, if you are a manufacturer, means you are manufacturing, you are converting raw materials into finished goods. You called a manufacturer. There can be opening and closing inventory of 4 types. Opening means the stock or the inventory lying at the beginning of the year. It is called opening stock or opening inventory. And at the end of the year, with the goods which are lying with you which are unused, it may be in the form of raw materials, inventory, or in the form of finished goods called stock. They are called closing inventory or closing stock. We have these 4 types given here. Inventory of raw materials. Raw materials which are used by the manufacturer to convert them into finished goods. So they are not meant for resale. So it is called inventory, not stock. Stock means goods purchased for reselling, but inventory is purchased for raw material which is purchased for converting to raw material. We call it as inventory. So inventory which you are purchasing during the year or the raw material purchased during the year, you may be using them, but may be left over at the end of the year. It is called inventory of raw materials. Now, when you are processing, going into some process, converting wood into furniture, but it could not be converted completely into a particular product like chair or table or finished goods. It will be called work in progress or semi-finished goods at the end of the accounting year. It is called inventory of work in progress or inventory of semi-finished goods. They are still in the process of conversion, but at the end of the year you have to prepare books of accounts, you have to close them. So so much goods were in process but could not be used. It is called inventory. Then inventory of finished goods. That means that raw material has been converted into a finished goods. It is ready for sale. So it is called inventory of finished goods. And inventory of stock means already ready-made product purchased which is meant for resale, but it was not sold, it was lying in the godown. It is called stock. The distinctions given there you can read from the book on page 1.9. The meaning of profit, the difference between expenses and incomes at the end of the year. That is the total expenses from the month of April to the month of 31st March. Accounting year is from April to March. So if all those expenses which are recorded monthly, at the end of the year they are totaled, and the total expenses minus the total incomes, whichever is greater will give you the profit. If incomes are more, it means profit. If expenses are more, it means loss. Then the meaning of revenue. Revenue in accounting means the income of a recurring nature. Recurring means you are earning some money regularly, repetitively. It consists of amount received from sale of goods. This example of when you sell the goods regularly, you sell the goods every day nearly, but as a trader, sale of goods, and from services provided to customers like charging of your mobile, communication, transportation. These are all services. It also includes receipts of rent received, commission received, interest on investment received, dividend received, These are called revenue. What is income now? Income is different from revenue. Amount received from sale of goods is called revenue, and the cost of goods is called expense. Expense means all those expenses which you incur to convert finished goods, raw material into finished goods is called expense. Surplus of revenue over expense is called income. For example, if the goods you have spent on making a good for rupees 4 lakh and you've sold in the market, for 5 lakhs, the difference between the two is called income. The sale is revenue, 5 lakhs, 4 lakhs is the cost, difference is called profit or income. If you recall in class 10, you have done cost price and selling price. In accounts, we call it as cost of goods sold and sale. There you were saying profit and loss. Here also we say profit and loss. The difference is same. Then we have drawings. When the proprietor, the owner, withdraws money or goods for his personal use from the business, it is called drawings. Okay, when any other terms come, I will let you know the meaning as we are going to do some books of accounts. So that is this for this chapter. I had given this certain terms to write in your fair copy. Those who have joined this month, please write those answers directly in your fair copy. You can take the help from your friends. That's all for today.